For today's LEGO review, we have the Chevy TrailBlazer from 2002 to 2009 and the Chevy TrailBlazer EXT, which ran through most of those same years. I built this more as a challenge than to actually enjoy this vehicle's styling. Some serious effort was necessary in order to get the front ends of these vehicles correct. Legos aren't necessarily all that fond of doing weird angles and curves, so it took some real figuring on my part to get that to happen. Some areas to note. We'll start with the EXT. If you take a look, you'll notice that the center bar does not protrude into the turn signal, an oddity, but a way that the TrailBlazer was. Notice the angled headlights angling down, which is typical for Chevys of the period. The EXT version has these nice fenders that flare out in the shape that you would expect from, once again, Chevrolets of the period. Taking a look at the side views here, you can see that I accurately reproduced the fact that the TrailBlazer EXT is ever so slightly taller, just by virtue of the way that Legos dictate things being made. It sort of worked out that my standard length TrailBlazer has blacked out tinted windows in the cargo area, whereas the EXT does not. Alright, if you take a look here, you will notice that both models come in at around 7 inches, but the TrailBlazer EXT is decidedly closer to 8. This is also a good opportunity to take a look at these sloped roof pieces that I was able to use to reflect the sloping roof that characterized the TrailBlazer. Also take a look at the shape of the rear fender. It's kind of unusual on these vehicles in that it does not slope down quite as much at the rear bumper as it does in the front through the center of the vehicle. Another little detail I was able to include. My short version TrailBlazer has body side moldings and also turn signals in the mirrors, whereas the EXT does not. Let's take a look at these hoods. These hoods are a standard hood that are available for Legos for a variety of different types of trucks. They're perfect for these TrailBlazers. The shape is almost exactly like that of Chevys from the early 2000s. Taking a look in the interior, we've got a speedometer, air vent, we've got a floor shifter, we've got navigation radio with touchscreen, tan interior. Note the protrusion I put right there to represent the spare tire on the inside. Also our overhead stop lamp. If we go over to the EXT, it's much the same, except we have a gray interior. These are both part of a series I did where you have no roof on the model, so it's easier to access. This one has the coat hanger hook, 3 rows of seats. Note the shape of the tail lights here, also the presence of tailpipe, hitch gears as well. We've got a spare tire underneath for the regular length TrailBlazer. The EXT would have had that feature as well, but I simply didn't put it on the model due to the amount of parts that I had. Maybe we'll just say somebody needed to use the spare tire and it's already used and off the vehicle on that EXT model. Also, there is an articulating lift gate on the standard length TrailBlazer. That's not present on the EXT model just because of parts that I had. I want to point out the gas cap here. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's LEGO model review.